Right, so I am delighted to introduce to you two legends. My word, two legends, the founders of the fantastic Phandemic Krew. It is Brett and Oscar, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, fantastic. Guys, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time. Start with you, Brett. How are you? How are you? How are you doing?
Dave, I'm doing great. It's the best time of the year. It's pitchers and catchers were just the other day. We're getting a lot of good coverage, live coverage. I don't know if you saw the Hector Neris or the Archie Bradley or the Girardi mic'd up, but this is a time of the year where it's snowy outside right now where we are, but soon we'll be inside, and we're getting good reports from down in Florida. So yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Awesome. And Oscar, how are you, my man?
I'm doing great, Dave. How you doing? Just here again, what Brett said, and enjoying the snow over here. Hopefully in 6 weeks we get this cold weather out of the way. Have our guys down there getting together and getting ready to bring it back to Philadelphia.
Absolutely. You guys are right. Like it's you got the snow, it's cold, we've got the cold, but the rain. But seeing that Phillies content down in Clearwater, and it just brings a bit of warmth to us, right? It gets us a little bit giddy. Baseball is back and the Phillies are back. So for the guys who in the UK who, because we haven't seen the interviews, I was saying to these guys before we went on there, we don't see the interviews you guys do in America. So we feel a bit left out. We know who you are, but I thought it'd be a great chance for us to get to know you guys as well. So this time last year, the Phandemic Krew wasn't even a thing, was it? It's crazy. It feels like, whoa, it feels like we've known you for so long, for longer than just a year. Guys, where'd the idea come from? Brett, obviously it was June when we started going again. Was it just going to be a one-off thing, or did you always plan to go for every game no matter what?
Well, I didn't really have any long-term plans per se. So when I knew that they were going to have games at the stadium without fans, my idea was I was going to sit out there with a chair, a radio, and a beer. I thought maybe I'd go with my dad, see what's up, kind of poke around. But they did summer training 2.0, and the way my job is and where I am at in my life, I can't go to spring training. So what I did instead was I was like, I'm going to go to summer training because I can do it. I'm a teacher, so I'm off in the summer.
Right.
So I went over there. There was like nobody there. Like they're hitting balls and they're like landing right next to me, like home run balls. They're playing like a local like high school field. It's like imagine seeing like a big sports team playing like some pitch of like a local high school.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of people there. And I said, "Yo, can I keep these balls?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." So it would be green. So I was giving them out. So I went back over to the stadium and I saw Oscar there. And I knew Oscar from different Phillies things over the years. And we got to chat and we decided, we're going to come out on opening day. So when I got there on opening day, there were people milling about. There was media and like kind of people. And we had decided to our spot on 10th Street because you could kind of see the field. Like you have during bad practice, like fly pops.
Yeah. Pop-ups.
And so we met there and there was a surprising amount of people there, like 15. But remember, everything was pretty much shut down then.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be like me and Oscar. I thought it would be a – So this one kid who dressed up like Waldo, he had a ladder. So you might see him on there. His name's like, I don't know, Chris or something. His name's Chris. I don't know if he goes by on Twitter or whatever. But he had a ladder, and they actually tried to chase us, this one guy, who we found out later wasn't even with the Phillies. He's like a parking lot supervisor or something.
Right.
So anyway, then, we just kept coming back. And, Oscar, if you want to go from there.
And
now go ahead, Dave. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, Oscar, were you surprised that this was because like you said, everywhere was shut down? So were you guys waiting to be told to move on and that would be it? Were you surprised that they actually really embraced it?
I think they were a little. Oh, actually, we were told, that they were a little nervous in the beginning. So the first week, the reputation that Philly fans have is just like drunken fans and ready to start trouble at any second. But it was completely the opposite. When me and Brett started congregating out there, we know how serious COVID was or still is. So we made sure that we were safe out there. We had plenty of face masks, hand sanitizers along every fence. And we were doing the social distance. So if someone came with a group, it was really like that group stood with each other.
Yeah.
And it started with like 5 people, then the 10, 15, and it just started to grow. And it was just authentic Philly love. And honestly, to tell you, I miss it, and I can't wait to do it either outside again or inside the ballpark when the season starts.
You guys must have, although it was only what 3 months, June, July, August, September. So yeah, just a few months, and you must. What I loved personally, guys, not only were you there for every game, but for every inning. You guys didn't leave early. You guys, even in the crushing games where people in their right mind, and fair enough, would have gone, you know what, we're down and out. Let's go early, avoid the traffic. But you guys stuck through it, no matter what the weather, no matter the scenarios, the conditions, every inning, some brutal, some brilliant. But with all the people you met, you must have some great stories from out there. You know, what were some of your favorite stories and favorite memories of last year being out there?
Oh, well, one of mine is, I believe it was the Phillies versus the Atlanta Braves. And the Braves jumped out on us. We all know how good the Braves are. They jumped out on us like, I think it was like 9-1 at the time. And again, like what you were saying, we stay no matter what. We can get killed 100-0, and we're still going to be out there. And it was one of those Sports Center nights. The cameras are out, a good crowd out there. And from the distance, you see this one guy walking to the fence, and the owner of the Philadelphia Phillies, John Middleton. And really, man, that meant a lot to us because he took the time to sign every fan's whatever, if it was a bat, a T-shirt. And he wasn't in a rush. You could tell it was very genuine love that he was giving back. So, again, listen, we lost that game, but the Phillies, man, they started fighting back. And we lost, but listen, me and Brett, we know after every game we would clean up,
that's awesome.
Go down the block towards the staff and media area, and we know our guys come out with the cars. And because of COVID, we were not trying to stop these guys. We want these guys to go straight home, but we were out there with our signs to show support to these guys and let them know that, hey, we are the best fans in Major League Baseball.
Absolutely, and that came across loud and clear. Brett, what about you? Some favorite memories from last year?
Well, I mean, for me, my favorite memories really have to do with a lot of like the friendships and relationships I built. Like, I knew Oscar, but we really grew our friendship over the summer by, basically building a business, and I enjoyed the fact that so many people came up to us and said, thank you so much. Thank you for, organizing this and making this safe. I haven't been out of my house for, 5-6 months. It's the first thing I did. When I came out, I felt safe and accepted. That felt really good. I mean, to know that we were able to provide, some joy in a year that wasn't the most joyous. We kind of, I don't know what your lockdown situation was, but we were locked down for a good few months. Yeah. And then people were kind of like skeptical and scared. We had people we had babies attending their first games out there with us.
That's cool.
And we had World War II vets that are like 95 years old out there, joining us for games that have been going to games since the Baker Bowl, which is, 3 stadiums ago. So, the relationships we built was good. And just like supporting our players. So Dave, one of the things about Philadelphia is nobody ever chooses Philly for some reason. You see all these other players signing with different teams, and somehow Philly gets looked over. And for players like Bryce Harper and JT to commit serious chunks of their career to Philadelphia, that means a lot to us as fans. Absolutely. Because it's saying that you recognize that there's something of value in Philly that you want to be part of and be around, and we want to make sure we support them in that.
Amen. Yeah, absolutely. That's what people don't. Even over here, you get asked why Philly, and it's clearly people who have never been to Philly, because if you've been to Philly and then you understand Philadelphia, it's a proud, gritty, passionate, working class city. And and people say to me, "Oh, is Philadelphia worth going to?" People over here who go, "Oh, I see Philly's not far from New York. You're a Philly man. Would you go?" I said, "Yes, go. It's different. It's very different to New York, but it's true America. It's real." And I fell in love the moment I got there. I was at the end of a 6-week backpacking around America, and Philly was the last place I went to before I flew back from Newark. And it resonated with me. It was like, yeah, this is my kind of city. It reminds me of where I was born and bred and grew up over here, with the people, the passion, the love for sports. It just everything is like real. It's like a real fire in the city, you know. And
Yeah.
I think, like you said, Bryce and JT have come here. They've seen that, and they want some of that as well. The fans as well. Like we a bit biased, but Philly fans are the best fans. Come on, you know. But but it's a passion, and you guys, we did last year. We talked about for years and years and years down the line. Like this last year and so far this year, it's been so unprecedented. Baseball was shut down for the fans, but still going on. And you guys kept it going for so many people. And that's what I loved as well about you guys, is that people will talk about you guys like like you're part of folklore, you know. You remember that year when everything was shut down, but we still went to the game with the Phandemic Krew, the air horn, signed JT, like that's, you guys are gonna be in folklore forever. That's vintage stuff, man. That's what I loved. There's like, that's gonna be remembered for years. I remember watching it every time, signed JT. Those pictures are gonna be there for years. And of course, the bobbleheads guys, like, what an honor. Like, how did that come about, Oscar? Like, that's just brilliant.
So while me and Brett was out there, you know, we noticed the crowd that was, you know, congregating out there. And you know, people were coming up to us asking about t-shirts. So in the beginning I was like, I don't know. Then while we were opening up our social media outlets, you know, there were people leaving us messages. Hey, you know, we could do t-shirts for you guys. And then the next day there was more and more. And I'm like, oh, all right, you know what? So I like sent the email to all 5 of them at the time and say, you know, whoever can give us the most charity money towards Philly's charity, you know, that's pretty much who we're going to go to. Because while we were out there, you know, we didn't want to make a dime on what we were doing outside of the ballpark. You know, we're doing it for the love of baseball. We reached out to this one company. We came up with a t-shirt and we started raising money. Our goal was pretty high. What we set was 25K. We made about 16,000. And the Phillies recognized that. So their way of helping us with our charitable cause was to come up with the bobbleheads. And just to relive that moment was, you know, we were at a game, and I forgot what series it was, but one of the top executives with the Phillies that came up to the fence. He would come frequently,
yeah,
to make sure that everybody was masked up, and we were doing the safe thing, and we always did. So he didn't have to worry about that. And he said, hey, Brett and Oscar, you know, let's talk at the third base gate. And a short walk felt like forever, because I was looking at Brett, because I was actually scared. I was like, man, did we do something wrong on social media? I thought, like, this is the Phillies smacking our hand.
Go to the principal's office.
Yeah, it felt like that. So we go to the gate, and we met Michael and Francine Fields, which is the daughter and son-in-law of John Middleton. And at the time, Howard said, you know, remember when I told you good things happen to good people? And we said, yeah, we remember that. He said, well, this is your moment. And he walked away. So while we were talking to the Fields, they just wanted to listen to us. It was good for them. It was good to see that the front office, or involved with the front office, wanted to hear Philly fans and our opinions about the game in Philadelphia. We had a good conversation, and towards the end, they passed a folder to us. And we opened that folder and we saw a blueprint of a bobblehead. And
oh, wow.
I mean, when I tell you, I was numb. I'm pretty sure Brett felt the same way, but we were floored, man. That's an honor. And listen, I still get up every day and I turn around and I look at this bobblehead, not just one, but 2. You know what I mean? One alone is like amazing, but to have 2 and to represent this fan base, it means everything to both of us. So that's how that came about. And not to, I don't want to leave this out. The Fields actually, you know, this was their way of helping our charitable campaign, which we're at, I think, a little over $33,000 towards Philly's charity without even sitting inside of a ballpark for a game.
that is just incredible. And again, just credit to you guys. That's amazing. Do you want to plug the charity quickly? That'd be great for people that are watching.
Well, it's just Philly's charities.
Okay, right. So it's the Phillies charities that they support.
So when you purchase a bobblehead through FOCO, FOCO makes a donation, and so do the field. So they make a donation. Right. So brilliant. Every time you buy a bobblehead, a portion gets donated by FOCO, and then the field's kicking $20 also. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. There it is, folks. Ah, it's so good. Like, this is amazing. That's just what it's just like. Again, one of my favorite stories to come out of last year is you guys.
There it is.
There goes the ladder. Hopefully,
more ladders. There's my cutout. I bet he's got some stories to tell. That's brilliant. And of course, this season, fingers crossed, the fans are going to be allowed back in the stadium, back in the ballpark for opening day. What are the plans for the Phandemic Krew for 2021?
Well, Philadelphia is kind of a different situation. So Philadelphia has been making their own rules. So we're still kind of on the fence of exactly how it's going to look. We have a section. We're going to be in 301. So if they let fans inside the stadium, there will be a dedicated Phandemic Krew section. So I'm a big soccer fan and football. Sorry, I forgot I'm football fan. And we have a team reunion, and they have a supporters. I know. Hey, I'm a big Tottenham Hotspur fan, so there you go.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know they're not doing well. But anyway, I'm also a big Philadelphia Union fan, and they have a group called the Sons of Ben. And they have their own section. And I actually had tickets in it at one point. If you sit in that section, you're expected to be up and be rowdy.
Yeah.
Not rowdy, what I'm saying, supportive. Not just sitting there playing on your phone or what have you. I'm pretty sure you have sections like that as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Every team, every stadium, yeah.
Well, I always wanted to bring that into the stadium. That's been a dream of mine because this is another talk for another day, but baseball's losing fans because it's boring. And part of the reason why it's boring is because they take anything exciting out of the game, be it a bat flip or, whatever. So I wanted to bring a cheering section inside. So, we're going to have our own dedicated section, which is going to be a fan-based section.
Awesome.
The Phandemic Krew is a supporter section. We don't say negative stuff about the team because we support the team. It doesn't mean we agree with everything. Obviously we have opinions about A, B, and C. That's new for a Philadelphia sports fan because, look, you're on Twitter, you see it. You know how it is.
Oh yeah.
But so we're waiting on the city to let them decide if they're going to let any fans in because they did have fans at the Eagles, but they shut it down because COVID started spiking again.
Yeah.
So we're not inside, we'll be outside. Same spot. And we're actually going to be there for the first spring training game, February 28th. I was talking to Kevin Franzen the other day, and they're doing their announcing from the stadium. So we will be there in the normal spots. So if anybody is in the area wants to stop by, you know, we'll be out there socially distanced, keeping safe, same rules as last year. Come out and join us.
That's awesome. And how many roughly in the section would that be in Citizens Bank Park?
Well, we don't know what the limits are going to be for the number of people. We're going to start around 50, and then we have room to grow. So when
I think it's going to grow.
Bell, where that triangle cut out there, that's 301.
Right. Yep.
Because they wanted so that when somebody hits a homer, and I like their thinking in the playoffs, and they go to that section because they're going to see the bell like all together. It'll look nice. But we have room for expansion, you know, based on how it goes. Which last year, I mean, we had 200 or more people out there some nights. So I mean, you know.
Oh man, I want to get out there and be with you guys. That's awesome. And of course, is it the A's that have the similar? I think they have similar in the outfield as well, because I've seen some of the games where they have all the flags and banners and a bit of a noisy section, and I think Cleveland do as well. So it's great that we're going to have that, and I can't wait to hear you guys. Are the air horns back? Are the air horns allowed?
It's still kind of in the works right now.
Yeah,
but it did come up in the conversation. So, you know, hopefully, listen, I can't see 200 people with air horns, you know, at Citizen Bank Park. We'll be pissing off a lot of people.
Air horn giveaway day.
Yeah.
Oh, can you?
Listen, man, we definitely want to bring some energy in the ballpark, and we're not taking away anything from, you know, grandfathers or fathers or grandmothers bringing their child for their first game and have a hot dog and a beer, or peanuts.
Kids love beer.
Yeah, they love beer over here in Philadelphia. But listen, if you want to get excited, have a good time, it's going to be 301.
Oh man, I doubt it's going to be this year with what's going on, but whenever the world opens up again and whenever we're allowed to travel out of the UK, probably next year.
If you don't get here by 2022 though, this becomes property of the Phandemic Krew. All right.
I love it.
You have until 2022 to claim it.
Oh man, it's gonna happen. If we make the playoffs and it's looking like October is going to be when we can actually start traveling abroad again from here, then I'm there, because it'll be the first playoff experience I've ever even experienced the Phillies. So save me a spot if we get there, guys. 301.
You know it.
And we'll have some beers and we'll watch some soccer and watch some baseball.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm giddy for the new year. I'm desperate to get out there as soon as it all opens back up again. But guys, thank you so much for joining me, and it'd be great to have you guys on throughout the season if you guys want to come back as well.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Dave, anytime you want to chat, just hit us up. We'll be happy to come on and let you know what the
talk some baseball.
Yeah,
absolutely. Before you guys go, spring training is here. Where's the excitement levels? Because I'm up here already, guys. I'm a 10, but I'm a sucker. I see some videos, the mic'd up stuff and the social media, and I'm like, let's go. I don't. Okay. I'll watch the spring training games. I don't care. It doesn't mean much. I love watching these pitchers. They're going to fight it out. I just love watching Phillies baseball. Where are you guys at the moment?
I'm at a 10 also. We got some bad news about JT the other day, and then but listen, I'm not worrying about it. If JT Muto says not to worry about it, well, he'll be back 100%. I'm not worrying about it. So and listen, we come to love Andrew Knapp over here.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with that. I am a big Nappy fan. He's underrated. Yeah. I'm gonna put it out there. I think he's really underrated.
He definitely stepped it up. But I got some stats here real quick. I want to put out there real quick. So in 2 seasons, 44 games, with Realmuto out of the lineup, the Phillies are 15-29. When he's in the lineup, they're 94-84. I mean, some scary numbers right there. But listen, the guy's gonna be back before opening day, I believe. So we'll be all right.
I'm calm. I saw it and I thought, okay, that's typical Philly luck. That's Philly sports in a nutshell, right there. But it's come on. I think he's gonna be back, and if he is out, it's gonna be a week maximum. I think bar a setback, please. No setbacks.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be back. And Nappy's a good backup. I have faith in Nappy. And got Jeff Mathis. So
there we got Mathis.
They got Jeff Mathis, yeah.
There we go.
16-year veteran.
37-year-old.
That's it. If we need him for a couple of games, bring him on down. He can do a job for a game or two. I'm not worried. Opening day. It's like the Braves and Mets to start off with, easy.
Yeah. Dave, you asked where the excitement level is. It never stops for us. Like, there was no off season.
Definitely wasn't no off season this year.
If you look, we're both in our Phillies room. The whole top of my house is all Philly stuff. So my off season, that's when I organize everything. So that's when I get everything in order, so I can get more stuff. We've been over to the stadium. We find an excuse to get to the stadium weekly. We constantly have stuff going on. We go to autograph signings usually. I know there hasn't been that many this year. We're really in tune with the events that are going on. Remember, Oscar and I came from the collector's circle.
Right.
We love baseball in general, but MLB Network, I watch it all the time. I'm a teacher, I'm virtual teaching. It's on mute in the background. For us, the excitement level is always at 1 million. It's just it goes to a happening instead of just a anticipation. So
yeah,
we're listen. One more thing I want to touch up on, man. Another thing that me and Brett and the Phandemic Krew, what we want to work on is bringing baseball back to the inner cities. Brett's a school teacher. He could tell you, he asked a couple children in his class what the World Series was, or even a couple players, and they didn't even know what it was.
All the children, 3 classes, not one of them knew what the World Series was.
So our goal is to, to bring, baseball back to the inner city, and even if it could reach out to one child, so he can learn the game. that's a plus for us. So that's our goal.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Have you got what are the plans to do that? Have you got some plans to make this happen?
So we have our eyes set on one area that's not too far from Citizen Bank Park. But with COVID, it's hard to get in contact with these people that own the land or even the city. So, we have a couple people that are on board, but everything's on standby until we can get this virus out of the way.
Yeah, and it will go. It is going to go. Best thing positive. It is going to end, and the world's going to open up again, and
exactly
a normality of such will return, and we're just going to ride it out. And we've got Phillies baseball now to keep us nicely distracted. Back on our timeline, soon back on our tellies, and guys, you're going to be seeing these guys back out there at the ballpark as well with the air horns, with the fantastic support. Yes, give it a blast. Absolutely love it. Guys, I can't thank you enough for coming on. Thank you so much for your time. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe, and we'll chat to you real soon. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thanks,
thank
Dave.
you.
See you, UK.